Welcome to another video, and today I want to talk about how I do my own very own Marvel universe. Okay, so there is a Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is yeah, it's been big, it's been doing well, it's gone on for what, 15 years? Wow, it's crazy. But it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. Even though like a lot of people, it's like the golden standard of cinematic universes. And this is what I would have done with my own Marvel universe. And a part of what makes this different from the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe is that we have all the rights to like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men. This is like an alternate universe where like we had the rights to everything. So yeah. Okay, so Phase 1. So the first movie of Phase 1 will be Fantastic Four. And Fantastic Four, they're like Marvel's first family. So I think they should definitely be like, they're like the first big Marvel characters. And I think they were the first characters that were created by Stan Lee, or, well, Stan Lee didn't really create. I guess he's credited for him, but like, Jack Kirby did a lot too. So yeah, this movie will be an origin story, and in this movie, so it'll show like them going into space and them getting their powers, and the Reed and Sue, they'll be married in this, so we don't have to like you know we'll already have them be married out of the gate. Johnny, he's still gonna be in like high school, like he's a teenager. Ben Grimm, he'll meet Alicia Masters, who like is his wife in the comics, and uh, the main villain of this movie will be the Mad Thinker. He wants to take down like the Fantastic Four or whatever, and the Fantastic Four has to stop him. Also, I want to have like Mole Man be like kind of working for Mad Thinker as like kind of a secondary villain. So, and also in this movie, we will see Reed Richards buy the Baxter Building, which the team will use like as their like base. Also, for the Fantastic Four movie, Doctor Doom will show up in a post-credit scene. Okay, so the second movie is Spider-Man, who is, Marvel's kind of golden boy, like the biggest Marvel character, one of the most popular superheroes. This will be like another origin story. Peter Parker is going to be in high school, but he's going to be like a senior. And in this movie, Uncle Ben, we see Uncle Ben die, obviously. His supporting cast, like Aunt May, obviously, and Harry Osborn is going to be his best friend. Gwen Stacy is going to be like the love interest of the movie, and we'll see Peter Parker get bit by the radioactive spider at Oscorp. The main villain of this movie will be the Vulture, kind of like Spider-Man Homecoming, but kind of want to change that. You know how in Spider-Man Homecoming it was like Tony Stark screwed over the Vulture? Well, in this I want to change it so that it was Norman Osborn who screwed over the Vulture. And then like the Vulture wants revenge on Norman Osborn, and he tries to kill him, but like Spider-Man has to save him. And then like the secondary villains could be like the Shocker, the Beetle, and the Rhino. And we'll also see like Peter Parker get a job like working for J. Jonah Jameson at the Daily Bugle. So the next movie will be X-Men, and the team will consist of Professor X, Cyclops, Jean Grey, Beast, Wolverine, Storm, and Colossus. They'll be going up against Magneto and the Brotherhood of Mutants, who will consist of Magneto, obviously, Mystique, Toad, Pyro, and Rogue. And yeah, Rogue will be a villain in this movie, but she'll become good by the end and join the X-Men and betray Magneto. Wolverine, Storm, and Colossus are new recruits, while Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Beast have already been original members, kind of like the comics. And Iceman and Angel will also be like former X-Men members, but they won't be a part of the team. Like they'll have cameos in the movie. We'll also see like Professor X, try to reach out to Magneto because they were friends and like try to get him to join their side. And we'll also see flashbacks of like Charles and Eric meeting for the first time. So the next movie will be Hulk. Like Bruce Banner, like accident, gamma radiation becomes the Hulk. Rick Jones will be in this movie as like Hulk's friend slash sidekick, and he'll be the first person to learn that Bruce Banner is Hulk, and he'd help him out. Betty Ross will be a love interest, and General Ross, he's not going to be of the villain, but he'll be an antagonist who's trying to like stop the Hulk, and the main villain will be Abomination. General Ross was the one who turns Emil Oblonsky into Abomination. That's going to be in the movie, and both Bruce Banner and Rick Jones are working for General Ross, like who's like, even though he's trying to stop the Hulk, they're kind of like, coming from the inside,
What did you say, nigga?
Next movie is Captain America, and this will probably be pretty much the same as like first Avenger, and but I don't know, some differences like to more fit it with this universe and less like the MCU. Like I'd make Bucky a bit more comic accurate by like making him a child and like Captain America's sidekick, and I'd also, instead of the Howling Commandos, I'd like use the Invaders. Next movie is Daredevil. In this movie, we see Matt Murdock and Foggy Nelson start the law firm Nelson and Murdock, and we'll also see like Karen Page like meeting Matt Murdock and like them becoming like a couple. Kingpin will be the villain. Matt Murdock is working a case against Wilson Fisk while Daredevil is like disrupting Kingpin's crimes. We'll also see flashbacks of Stick first training Matt. Matt's also like, he also goes to like the boxing ring where his dad had his like matches. Matt will train there. Ben Urich, he finds out that Matt Murdock is Daredevil and is gonna write a story exposing him, but decides not to when Daredevil saves him from one of Kingpin's crews. Okay, so the final movie of Phase 1 will be Spider-Man 2. And in this movie, Peter, Gwen, and Harry are now in Empire State University, and Spider-Man meets this scientist who he really looks up to, called Otto Octavius, and he's gonna be like a mentor figure to Peter Parker. But like, yeah, obviously he turns into the Doctor Octopus and is like the villain of the movie, while Doctor Octopus is the main villain. Like two side villains will be Electro and Sandman. We can also have Mysterio show up in the beginning where like Spider-Man stops him. Also introduce Mary Jane Watson, and she'll, since Peter's with Gwen now, like right during this time, she's Mary Jane Watson will be with Harry Osborn. And also in this movie, Oscorp is working with Otto Octavius on a scientific discovery, like kind of like the one in the actual Spider-Man 2. But like in this one, it's like Norman Osborn who's working with Doctor Octopus instead of Harry Osborn. The experiment goes wrong, and then like they shut down the project, and then but Doctor Octopus wants to continue the project, and then he goes crazy. That's phase 1 of my Marvel universe. Tune in for phase 2.